Hello everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day. Today we're covering one round from the NA Sunday night event. And with that being said, the map you'll be watching here is Farmland. Should be a good one. It's a big map. We've seen it a lot. You're getting an overview of that map right now. And our teams for tonight on the Union, we have the Union 2nd Corps, 20th New York, and the Sussex Brigade, whereas in the Confederacy we have I Corps, the 125th PA, and the 6th Wisconsin. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Here we are with our Sunday night Conquest event, coordination event. We have myself as Guardian Eagle. We started a little late. Apologies for that. But we have Sevi and Potato Soup announcing with us today. With that being said, take it away, guys.
Yeah, so this is Farmlands. It's one that big open one. So probably like the most long Conquest map so far. And again, Confederates have the very easy Dunker Church one, and most of the fighting happens over point A right here. We can see right now that nothing really has happened so far, except both teams have really gotten information. So now we can see that the Union, they spawned over there by the Nicodemus Farmstead, and they slowly came through this forest, not as fast as the Confederates who came sprinting up basically. And Confederates now forming up multiple lines. We see here the line that's closest is the 1st Corps WD. Some people. Over here, some more 1st Corps people. I'm sorry, that's actually the 6th Wisconsin, looks like. Yeah, it's the 6th Wisconsin moving around to the left, trying to get into the woods with the Yankees. So this is one, again, the artillery on this map is really far away. Good move on the Confederates not having artillery. Excuse me. Yeah, so again, the main thing that, again, this is a good position on the hill, and it's very nice if you're trying to take the point B. However, at this range, you have to pray that it hits the dirt. If it doesn't hit the dirt, then it will not explode. This is less than 170 yards. So you can see there, it took all the way back there to explode. So it takes like an extra 20 yards. They're a little bit too close for that to happen. So yeah, but let's look at this map now. We can see the Union have the force, and again, whoever really captures this point first is at a major advantage, and the Union aren't even trying to flank, and I think this is to their downside. We can see here the 1st Maryland, and over here is the 5th North Carolina. So again, on the Union team, we do see Susse's Brigade.
It looks like they seem to be just approaching straight into a Confederate line. I don't think
yes.
behind this.
Yeah, and these Confederate groups, I'm sure, are bucking ball. I don't think the 13th Virginia does, but you know, I mean, Doug over here, you know, he doesn't have a mat. Wrong team, you know, but you know, I don't have much faith in them. Sorry, Union guys, but that was a bit of a bad advance,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that was World War I tactics right there. Honestly.
And they really have all that room to flank over there through that corn, and they really didn't even bother with it. So a bit of a wasted opportunity, in my opinion, because you can really go right down that road.
We just assessed this. It was like one of the longest conquest maps. And their choice was direct approach.
You know, they did manage to uncapture the thing, and that's just as good as I don't know. Well, they neutralized it, and they made it so that now neither team are losing any tickets from the thing. You know, I don't see why they're bothering with staggered formation if they have men behind other men. That kind of ruins the point of having a staggered formation. But whatever. We can see these Union guys holding this tree. This is the 20th New York holding pretty good shots on those that flanking group right there. And you know, if they're shooting buckball, they can get a lot of kills right down that line right there.
What is that? Okay, that odd line there. It needs to do something because.
The outer line? What other line?
I mean, I think they're. I was talking about the clustered group right there onto the right side of the Confederate flank.
Okay. You mean, oh yeah, these guys, yeah. Yeah, well now they're dead. The 6th Wisconsin has seen to it that they are murdered. 1st Corps over here on this fence. Again, this is the Hagerstown Turnpike. So the Hagerstown, so right now, it's very straight on, where the engagement's happening between this snake fence in the woods, where you can see the IVB, and who else is on this fence, and the AAP. So we see the 20th Maine, the 6th New York facing off all the way against here, all the way across the field. Over here. Now the Confederates have recaptured this
as themselves, so they're outfitted with the 1842s.
Yes.
Effective at this range.
I would say very effective, yes. And even when people say that round ball, sure, round ball can get one more hit. However, you know, you're not shooting at targets here. You're not shooting at circles. You're shooting at lines of men, big rectangles, and for that you want volume. So we can see here that they only have 2 companies.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's a one-hit kill, meaning that if like a piece of ball or buck hits anyone, I mean that's just it. So.
That is certainly something that most people underestimate in this game. I think they're shooting canister. I didn't see an explosion there. But oh yeah, they're shooting canister over that hill. This is one of those positions where those Confederates, they probably should. Yeah, they're using deflate. So you know when they do lose men to canister, it wouldn't be that many. So nice job of the Confederates to shield themselves against the attacks from both small arms and the artillery. So you can see the sill. It doesn't look like much from afar, but you can hide like a whole line behind it. And you know what? Sure, they can see the artillery, but the artillery, they have to get a perfect headshot on it, basically. 6 Wisconsin, you're having a pretty neat line onto these Yankee forces right down. He said northeast, north? He said, yeah, I think they're talking about this group right here. So, point A, corpses.
It seems that the Confederates have recaptured A.
Yes. The 6 Wisconsin, I believe, did do that before they moved off to that left.
There's a whole Union line hunkered by the tree. I would say at this moment the Union kind of needs to swing their lines a bit because Confederates seem to be moving quite a bit on the right flank.
Yeah, I would agree. I would think either these Union guys need to focus on attacking this group and not that group. Whatever. I think they're just shooting randomly at that thing now, because you see most of these shots are coming like, I guess they're coming at an oblique, so like that direction. So again, my point is that it's too close for artillery to really do much, and that's one of the major nerfs of artillery on maps like this, is that it's just way too close. You can see it exploding. Yeah, it has to go actually like 20, 30 yards. Because again, it doesn't explode till 170 yards. Or of course if it hits a tree or gets stuck in dirt. So, again, this is Sussy, AP, 24th. This is pretty much the entire Union team over here, and IVB back there. So what I would recommend is, yeah, kind of like this, but then I think, what group is this? I think this little flank maneuver can be very effective. This is the 20th New York. I think not just one small group, but I think that they should have focusing. Maybe keep a group in the woods, but if they're gonna just have a firing range, they should have another group right here, another group over here on these rocks, in my opinion. On this rocks and like this kind of like hilly area. It's underrated how much of a deflate this is, in my opinion. And also the one up here on these rocks.
Any position is probably better than their current one.
Indeed. But like these rocks right here, I think are great because they have a deflate right in front of them and the rocks for hard cover. So you know, just I think a line right there and a line right there would be doing them a lot of good.
I mean, those rock, like people also like, as much as they underestimate buckenballs, I would say sometimes people underestimate, you know, simple rocks. You can like seriously fit like an entire regiment behind like a sitting of rocks.
Yep, that is certain.
Understandable, you are protected, but you are not effective when you do.
Yes. And also, I just think that a lot of people like fences a lot. But really, I mean, this fence is not doing like having that hill is much better cover. We can see there that there are a lot of corpses piling up the Confederate team here, so they're gonna have to. These Confederates are gonna have to probably just move into the woods and try to flank these Union guys. Looks like the Union guys are having the same idea. Over here, you can see the 5th North Carolina starting to advance. 5th North Carolina is armed with. Sorry, I can't scroll down. Whoa. I guess I can't scroll down today. Cool. Awesome. So, anyways, I don't see. Oh, my mouse just died. Here, give me a second.
Oh, it seems Confederates are making a move. Yep, they are. Yep.
Come back.
I have revived my mouse. So yes, right in time for the charge, we can see here that the first corps charging out the 5th North Carolina all by themselves.
Pushing into them.
Yes, that is the downside of being such a spread out line. And these first corps guys can't afford it. You see now the Union engaged, and that is largely, in fact, look up here, the fact that the Confederates have 2 points and the Union have 1. That has a sizable ticket loss in the Union, and again, that means no ticket loss for the Confederates.
And now point A is back to neutralized.
Yeah, for a second there I thought it was point B and I got like really depressed, but look at this. It is the, I think it's the IVB, no, it's the 20th Maine. 20th Maine and some guys in the 5th, and it's just, I think everybody charged out.
Yeah,
like,
this is literally a hodgepodge. There's, there.
Oh, I see. Well, this is what we missed. The Union maneuvered their entire line away from there and onto this fence, and I think this fence line kind of sucks.
So the roles have reversed, as we can see.
Yeah, I think this fence line sucks though, especially compared to like that hill right there.
Tell me, you're experienced in war, right?
Yeah.
Do fences even protect you from bullets?
Under extremely rare circumstances, yes. For all practical purposes, no. You could basically ignore a fence line, to be honest. And the thing that fence lines give, sure, they might stop bullets. And to be honest, these fence posts, like the actual like big tall posts, they have a better shot. I don't honestly know the exact logistics. I did a lot of testing about it, but I don't have it on standby.
Yeah. Also, I would say that with the.
I think that's from there too. Well, it exploded back there.
As I've said before, Union artillery is good for one thing and one thing only, and that is killing Union soldiers.
Yeah, that was friendly artillery right there. Nice job. So yeah, sorry, yeah. I heard him saying that friendly artillery. So yes, these fence lines, the thing that they give the enemy that is underestimated is just seeing a rectangle instead of a bunch of little dots. You see a rectangle, and when you see a rectangle with flags, it gives them a much simpler thing to aim at all your privates and men. The Confederates, surprisingly, doing the thing that didn't work for the Union, but it might work for them because of all the softening up that their own artillery did to them. I don't actually think that that's gonna really achieve anything. Looking at it now,
one against them all. Who else really is there to fight? I guess.
Yeah, I guess. So,
Clearly the colors in the back. You've said something about the colors shouldn't be in the back. Care to tell the viewers about
well,
that?
no, it's not necessarily that they shouldn't be in the back. It's that during a charge, they're much better used in the forward, up front. And that's just because you don't want these flag bearers. You want them to actually be spawning people in. And as long as they are in formation like they currently are, it's fine. I hear them saying charge on the flag. I think they're going to try to charge those guys right there. Let's see how it works out for them.
Oh, and it seems the 24th are making a move. I guess that entire line is.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't make it clear. I heard the entire line charging. However, we can see now that the guys in the Confederates over there down the road are now charging these Yankees. Let's see how they respond. Because you know that's it's not very a situation you really want to be stuck in for these guys. We can see now that their flag bearer, I think, they're just leaving it behind. Not a very honorable position.
I mean, at that point, that's really all you can do is just you just gotta run at this point.
Yeah, I agree that they should run away, but they don't leave their flag bearers.
It's a two-sided fence post, so that's also another problem because it goes in with the whole like squared in thing. You're literally squared in, so the only ways to really move are going to be disorganized and hop over the fences or try to move down the road and well just get shot at.
Yeah, I don't know how much I think about that because at least in this game, jumping over a fence is a lot less of a psychological impact than it really would have in real life. I think that's something. Oh, yeah, the same system line. I'm just gonna back up.
Effect though, it certainly does kind of cause a bit of flutter, and that really.
I guess you can take it to that conclusion. So yes, now we can see that they really are just kind of clumping up here and not really. Looks like this line isn't the most organized line ever.
No, that's not even a line.
Yeah, the Confederates over here. Let's see these guys over here. We can see that these are the 6th Wisconsin, and let's just look at them from the Union's perspective. So again, if they want to shoot those 6 Wisconsin guys, it's kind of hard to line it up when you're in a spectating mode. But you can see.
Yeah. There's really no way to get those guys.
Yeah, really. So really, all they can shoot at are these guys, and needless to say, these guys right here have a much better view down the road. You know, shooting from this direction. It's hard to explain. Confederates now hitting engaged, and the Union do have 2 points to the Confederates 0, so that could hit their tickets pretty hard.
Confederates trying to form a line.
Union, I'm guessing a back cap over here on the last point. Why? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, my mouse is kind of janky right now. So I think over here, this is probably the 20th New York. Let's see what they did. Yeah, they put up their flag and now they're running away. That's probably all they can do right now. Oh, he's insulting his enemies.
They left the point unguarded, it seems. Yeah. And now they're riding off to the sunset. Like true American heroes.
Indeed, that's it's like a John Wayne movie, or what's that one movie where like Clint Eastwood? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That one. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Me neither.
So yes, these Confederates over here. Ooh, they have a pretty massive charge right now. I think this is all the groups. Or if it's just that one group, then you know that's also kind of spread out. Some buck and ball would do some good work, but these Union guys, I don't think they stand a chance.
It seems like the Confederates, I just want to point this out, the Confederates seem to be being led by Stonewall Jackson tonight because it seems like the number one solution is always a good charge, and so far it's working.
I mean, yeah, they've done a pretty good couple charges. That Union charge in the beginning did seem kind of dumb. We can see now that they are taking down this flag bearer. Again, the counterattacks in this game are really short, so yeah, all they could do a charge. I would personally think that putting a flag bearer up there, or what is it called? Capturing all 3 is probably a bad idea, especially when you got them by the grasp like that, because it just forces them to charge. And the Union probably could have just coaxed out a few more minutes of shooting and a few more minutes of nothingness. Again, a whole artillery shell hits not much damage. It is kind of hard to hit these on these maps. And now these Confederates are going to move up here. I just want to see, these Union guys are outnumbered by 10. So, that is a bit unfortunate. And they are using their artillery economically and, here and there. However, now these Confederates might find easy hits in them. Oh, they're not. They're leaving now. A couple canister shots could do very well from these guys. I don't really know why I kept seeing this, but, like, why bother having a blob like that? Just make one big thin line. Okay, Confederates captured point A, and point B is now neutral. So neither side is losing tickets from the point markers.
Seems like B is surrounded by Confederates at the moment.
Yeah, Confederates have taken the church. You don't really need that many to station it, and the 20th New York is just kind of chilling. You see Coco?
I guess their plan might be to make a surprise attack or something. Don't know what would 20th New York is doing right now.
Well, the thing about it is why I don't think it's a very good idea is that they're holding down more men than are here, and they have less men in total. They have 14 less men. So these Union guys really need to be economic about that. On these larger servers, 20, 15 guys can really make a difference. So we see now that the Confederates are shooting up at the top of this hill. They are receiving fire, but not many losses. I think that guy. No, it looks like an empty shot to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
they'll walk it off. They'll be fine.
I don't really know. It looks like the Union were basically forced back to spawn. So these Confederates got a few minutes of respite. Now taking down point C, looks like. I think they should take down point C, but I don't think they are gonna. I don't know why this.
It seems like no one cares about that cornfield at all. They're mostly using it for maneuver. Oh, we got.
They need one more man. They need one guy to start capping down.
They're looking at us.
Yeah, he sees. They see one guy, and they don't have that one guy, so that point's going to stay up and keep doing the stat. So the thing about it is that taking down that point would mean that the Union would start losing tickets from having no points captured. Again, it's just like however the total amount of points whoever has more, right? So if the Confederates have one more than the Union, then they lose one worth. No, it's kind of self-explanatory. Union now have a bunch of men on top of this hill. This is the 5th North Carolina. And they're shooting right down onto those first score fellas. Confederates have captured point B. Oh, I'm sorry, this is 6th Wisconsin, not first score. Discharge, I think can go either way.
Pushing up.
Let's see how this goes.
I think the Union just used canister.
Yeah, it didn't do jack though.
No.
Yeah, it was a bit too close for that,
Insert my copy-paste Union artillery statement.
Yeah, look at that. Now, with the reinforcements and just with the main charge, it doesn't look like that 6th Wisconsin push did much. And I don't know why they did that. Didn't seem very wise to me. Again, Confederates could very easily, improve the amount of tickets that they're putting down on the Union very quickly, very easily, just by putting down that point C. And I don't see why they're not. Thinking about it, though, maybe they don't want to put the Union to counterattack? Just a thought. I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe they might try to bait because Union is going to try to attack. I mean, that seems like their only alternative here is to attack. They may try to either A, try to do a defensive thing, or B, maybe do a counterattack later, because it seems like Confederates are really popping off with their countercharges.
You don't say. They can either defend or attack. That's some great insight. I'm just
well, I mean, what else do you want from me? The situation is clearly, not changed.
Yeah, I guess. Well, okay. I mean, all I'm going to say is that these the Union guys, this force could offer a great opportunity. Keep a couple guys out here, but move most of the regiments through this fence right here behind them. And I don't know why they don't. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen somebody try that. Is it out of bounds? I think it's out of bounds. So I think they should try that. Of course, they could move over that open field and use the defilades you were talking about earlier, but with the Confederate force on this fence right here, that might be a bad idea. Just because you'd have a hard time getting in the position in the first place. 20th New York seems to be dying out line over here.
That would split Confederate concentration then. If you tried to do two sides. Oh, get him! Beat him!
that was kind of badass. Yeah, so these Confederates in the woods seem to have pushed out the majority of the 20th New York, and I don't know why they're still over here, to be honest. But, it seems like a bit of a waste to me to have all these guys all this far away. It looks like right now that the Confederates, I don't see how they can lose this. They've been controlling majority of the points the whole game. Sure, for a couple times they did have some dumb charges, but especially like right now, I just don't see it. I don't see these Union guys pulling it back.
How many people are at that? Can you take us to a spot where the tree is? Oh, okay. Never mind. They're just gonna come out of it. Right on cue.
Yes.
This is a simulation.
We can see now that they're charging down this road, and I bet that their end goal is just to try to get on the flank of these guys. If they stop right there in the middle of the fence, I think that they're just being unimaginative,
Oh, some artillery. Ooh.
Yeah, I hit the middle of the dirt.
Yeah, but I think
Union is taking losses. That's pretty significant in my opinion. Yeah, taking losses is really. Again, artillery shell hits, none killed. It's unfortunate on this kind of map.
I mean, it goes without saying, but so far I must say bravo to the Confederate officers, because this is, I mean, Confederates I would say are playing this match really well.
Yeah, I would say this is probably the textbook for it, because we haven't really talked much about them, because to be honest, they're doing the strategies that make the most sense. So we can see now that the Union have neutralized point A, which if you can't remember is the middle one. So I think the Confederates are doing pretty well here. But in general, if you look over here, these Confederates have a little bit better cover.
Oh,
there we go.
I think we missed down line C is now uninhabited.
Yeah, I'm sure they just moved over a couple guys. The Confederates, but over. It is about damn time. Look, it's a Mustang. So yeah, now these.
Duel between him and Lieutenant Colonel Mustang of the IVB.
I would like to see it.
What was that?
Union on our left.
So yeah, in general, right now, to be honest, like I said earlier, I think that this map is already won by the Confederates. I think it'd be very hard for these Union guys to do much countering what the Confederates have done so far. Sure, they can like capture a point here and there, and yeah, they're getting the Irish flag up over point A right now. But how did that guy survive that? Whatever.
Yeah, but it seems like only maybe there are 3 guys standing by the flag. The Confederates have they haven't really lost their position at all. I would say that this is probably the best position they could be at, because the Union has to do something in an open ground in front of Confederate firing lines.
Yeah, so I do think that's significant. I also think it's significant that the Confederates. So we can see here. Look at these guys right here, right? So the 6th Wisconsin, I mean, all the Confederate groups have been a lot better at flanking the Union, and the Union seems to be a lot less caring about flanking than I think they really should be. Of course, I'm sorry, but what the 20th New York is not. What the 20th New York is doing is not called flanking. That's called moving behind the enemy and moving around. Flank is when you get inside them. Of course, there's a rear flank, but that's not what they're doing. There's So it's a weird thing we're seeing right now, where it's the Union. They're very unimaginative in the strategies, in my opinion. And
the Union is doing their best, it seems, to. I don't know how, but it seems they just keep moving from, I guess, cover to small cover to small cover, which honestly, at this point, what they need to do is just double down and form a line.
Indeed.
Or I know the line will be it will cost a good
number
of men, but you need something.
A line's better than a 2-man thick blob. Like when you have guys behind each other, that's disaster. So yeah. Oh, look at this. These guys are running away from this Confederate charge. Let's just try to get now a view from the overhead. Oop. I'm sorry, what does it say? There's a cool little shot. So now what we can see is that the Confederates in general, you can just like look at their lines right here, are kind of forming like a little bit of an L. And the Union, they're not doing anything but going straight into the center of it, over and over and over.
The Confederates are forming an L, and the Union certainly are taking an L.
Yeah, that's true. The Union guys, again, I think they're just going to stop right here. But if they tried and went right through this forest, over that fence, I think they could do a lot.
That would be a smart thing, but unfortunately what they're probably setting up for is trying to charge the center. But we'll see how this plays out. So, someone's moving.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a small little Confederate group. There's not much to really mention right now,
Yeah, it just seems they're trading fire with one another. Confederates are moving a bit towards the north, but that doesn't really sound too important. God, what I would give to
Yeah.
have a field reporter at this moment.
Well, it depends on what side, because I'm kind of interested in what these Confederates are thinking.
I'm also interested in the Union, like, of course, there's got to be at least some Union troops who are fed up with the officers, or at least understand that the officers are not in any way making any contribution.
I don't think it's on the
Union
fault
is
of the officers
given
at all.
this
I mean, to be honest,
Well, yeah,
they're
they need to organize their men a bit more better.
I guess you could
Like,
say that, and I definitely think they can be coming up with better strategies than just the same ones over and over. And I'm sorry, but this fence line is bad. This fence line is bad. It's not a very good fence line. It's right in the open. You can see right onto it, and it
does have the benefit of vegetation, though.
behind you. I mean, you can see exactly where the fence line is. You can line up your rifle with it real easy. You know, imagine shooting a 55 at that fence line. It's just so easy. That's what this Confederates are doing. They're shooting buckball at 55 to that fence line. And when you're shooting buckball, like I just heard this guy shoot buckball. You can tell the sound of it. And the next two guys didn't. Anyways, when these guys are being shot at, they're getting shot all over. Also, they're way too thick, really, to even take advantage of the fact that this is a snick fence. I mean, look at that. That's like 5 per. Yeah.
Like I said, what I think may be happening is the Union might try to reform and charge.
I doubt it.
That's the only conclusion I can draw with, because like I said, like you said, they're a bit kind of clustered.
I think that they're going to move around that hill and then try to get on this road and just try to do that again. To be honest, I think that a much better strategy for them would be to try to move into that corn and then around them, and then to attack down that fence maybe. Because again, over
around by the east side of the map too.
Yeah, I saw that. I wonder what group this is. This is the 6th Wisconsin. Looks like whenever we look at the 6th Wisconsin, the 20th New York. 6th Wisconsin engaging a couple Union out-of-liners. Again, waste of time, guys. It's not helping your team to get the shot at all. 1 kill, 1 information kill. Let's see if either of them die now. Went back $10 that one of them die.
Yeah, I mean, really, but the Confederates really shouldn't worry too much about this, because it's also time affected. I know the Confederates are winning, but a lot can change in a minute.
Yeah, I guess.
Need to rapidly, like, who cares? Most of the time, what I think, who cares about rainbows? Let's focus on the objective here, which is taking C, I believe, right?
Yeah. If they take C, if they take C and are able to hold it, then they eliminate the chance of having a counterattack or a draw. I think that as we see this game mode progress, we'll see a lot more people going for things that aren't draws. We can see now Doug advancing. Complete silence
in the
is meant.
cornfield. What will happen when worlds collide? Never mind, they're taking forever.
Yeah, really. So Union have lost point C, and that means that they're losing twice. They take it. That is normal. This group in the 5th does have a flag bearer, so they will be able to get it. However, now these lost their officer, and then a couple out of lines. A bit of a loss there for the Confederates, but you know, if now these Confederates know that the Union here and the Union, the Union has no idea. If
not to mention the Confederates will see the flag raised, so
they're giving them all the time in the world. Look at that. I think these Union guys are going to get it well out of the way before the. Oh God, they've even let them get reinforcements.
To be fair, though, it's not like they. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, Union hit breaking. Unfortunate for the Union. However, that means that there's well more than enough time for the Confederates to also hit breaking. You know, we might see a last stand win here.
The Confederates are. I think.
Oh no.
Oh
look at how
my
long
God.
they waited. They waited so long.
They've missed their opportunity. They are getting decimated.
And now look at that. The entire Union heard them.
The entire army of the Potomac is in this cornfield.
Dude, that was probably the shortest lived charge I've ever seen by a Confederate unit. That was just, wow, that was sad to watch.
That made Pickett facepalm.
Confederates have taken this opportunity where the Union moved to take up positions in this fence line. I think it's a much better position for the Confederates just because now they're on the other side of the thing than the Union. So now the Union are even further away from that flag.
Also, I think that this position is better for, like, the fence. Like, if the Confederates should... It's in their best interest for the Confederates rather than the Union have it, because Confederates can defend, like, this area properly, because Union has to walk from spawn towards this fenced area along with their other
How
along
the
with their many
fuck?
opponents.
It's a common lie the liberals want you to believe.
What the fuck? These guys have a Springfield. That guy's. What gun does these guys have? They should have the Enfield, but they don't. What?
They might have swapped them.
No, but like this guy's an Enfield. But then I saw a guy in the 24th who had a bucking ball. Springfield 42. I have no idea. Anyways, again, you can see the regiment they're in. They're in the 24th. They're
Honestly,
that's the
it
20 plane.
wouldn't surprise me if they're a bit too clustered to the point where, say for example, an IVB is hanging around with 24th Georgia. That wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Yeah, his tags for 24th. I don't know. Anyways, let's just see. Is there really quick glance over? Is there a guy on the 24th on one of these regiments? I don't know. I guess I'm just going blind. Anyways, so the Union have recaptured C. However, they're having a hard time over there at A. I expect to see breaking within the next 5 minutes or so, you know? I think these Confederates only have so much time left in their arsenal. So again, yeah, now it's just a bit of a shootout there. Union are much more clumped up and definitely in a worse position because again, these Confederates with a wider arc of shots there, and these Union guys really kind of tightened up. Confederates are going to, coming in from a lot of different angles, and the Union are coming at from one.
The Union's problem is they're clinging to that fence as though it's like
Yeah.
it's like gonna save them. What they need to do is just man up and just fight in a line.
Yeah, they'd be much better, I agree, in a line formation right here. Again, one-man space lines are so underrated in this game. People do not form one-man space lines right in the open as often as they should. Over here, near the cornfield, exiting it, I think you'll see the 5th North Carolina and the 5th Florida, the one that, yes, 5th North Carolina, 5th Florida. And they are now coming up here, and they're going to be looking to get in the rear of that Confederate group, but I doubt they're going to be actually doing any shooting. I think they're just going to be going for that flag. Again, it's a waste of time to have 4 guys shoot 1 Rambo. Just saying. It's also a waste of ammunition. Oh, he even killed one of your own. Oh, stop looking! Stop looking! Go at the point! Whatever. It's kind of annoying when I see that. So, yes, they flushed out those guys. I think the 20th New York finally re-entered the battlefield now. And they, yes, it's the 20th New York. Coco is now taking up this... God damn, look at those shots! What are they doing? They let the other guys get it. God... Damn! Imagine if the entire Union line was on this hill right here. Oh, that'd be sexy. But they're not going to move there. They're going to go right into the middle of the field and then die.
That was so Marty.
I didn't see a kill no one. I hit the open field. Okay, cool.
No.
Wow,
I
look,
think
guys, open field.
You see that group of men? I think that was Yardy. Certainly be. There's
This?
some pup,
I think this is all infantry shots.
probably. Yeah, it's infantry. Artie would dismember.
Yeah, you'd see a lot more dismembering. Even, okay, Union neutralized point A. Yeah, I think the Union might be able to pull out a breaking draw here. I'd be really surprised if they never hit the last stand, though.
At this point, who cares about point A? This strat doesn't. They need to be focusing on that other. What was it? Point.
B?
Yeah.
You think they should go around to point B? I think it's too far away from their spawn to worry about.
Well, at least they gotta flank around or something, because going to the Confederates like face first.
Yeah, like this. I agree. I don't think it's necessarily point A that's the problem. I think it's the way that the Union are going at it. Also, I would like to mention, yes, that was a kill. However, that was also a friendly kill that you saw, because the Confederates. Oh, the Confederates have a gun now. Nope, those are Union guys over there. Look at that. Oh wait, I think now that I turned, I think I saw a single gun pointed at these guys. Oh, they do have a couple artillerymen. Let's see who got on. It is a single guy. Okay, I think it was friendly artillery.
Shout out to Gob.
Shout out to Gob. But yeah, all things considered, I'm pretty sure that was a team kill that you saw earlier. It is now just a bloodbath over point, and I'm sure, again, goes through 2 guys, very cool, and then just keeps going. Wait, no, that was a canister. What did Canister is good for this range, especially when they're top of this hill, so, that'd be effective use of it. Anyways, it's just a big pile of bodies over this point, and these Union guys have a shitty strategy. Look at this, look at this. Look at how, in some places, it's 4 people thick. Make a 1-man thick thing.
See, here's the problem with Conquest. See, most officers, they try to play it more as just going for the objective, and it seems that's what the Union is doing right now, is trying to just go for the objective and try to win it that way. What they need to do is clearly diminish the Confederate lines in some way before even attempting to attack. Because the Confederates are outnumbering them, like, I would say a good maybe 15 to 1.
Yeah, now it is like 16 over. Union hit last stand. I think that's a nail in the coffin. I don't see how they can win after that. Especially now the Confederates, they're far away from last stand. They have all of breaking to go through. Again, if you know what that means, the moment you hit breaking, that means that you have 25% of your tickets left. So these guys have at least 25% left. So that's pretty significant, you know? That's quite a large number. Union now are being. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was a counter sound. No, it was just A. Confederates now you can see have captured A. Double quick southwest. He says in the second Mississippi. So now move in this direction. Okay, so now over here on this hill we can see that the entire Union force pretty much has been forced back to spawn. And that'll give these Confederates a nice minute or two before they even have to worry about a possible attack. Confederates had a lot of guys coming from spawn too, but you know they at least have guys alive on point. And you see what these Confederates are doing? It's a little bit better. I'm sorry, this is much better. You see this one man thick? That's exactly what they need to be doing. There's some guy moving around, and it's not perfect in all these places. But this again, it's even worse at the point where you can see like they're presenting like 5 ranks to some people. But you need thin lines, thin.
I think one of the main problems with the Union here is that they get a little bit greedy whenever they clearly get the Confederacy. They take positions from the Confederacy. They get greedy and try to continue on rather than assess their forces. Whereas, as we've seen after winning essentially the field, the Confederates rather than pursuing, they actually decided to
Get a
collect
good
their
formation.
soldiers and move on to a better position.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you need to do.
Yeah. These Confederates have, these Confederates the whole game have been occupying great defilades, and for instance like this. This is exactly what you're doing in a road. This is better than what the Union were just like forming up on a big line and shooting that way. What they should have been doing is making a line diagonal in the road facing that way. You want to present to the enemy a very thin line like this. Thin. Of course, this is kind of bad, but you know, I guess there's different groups. Yeah, you can see here. That's the 6th, and their line is just like over there on the right, and over there's the 1st, and they're presenting lines. That's what the Union aren't doing. These guys are presenting lines.
To be fair, it is good to have like a nice little. It is good to have like one main line and have like kind of a small like reserve force. So that way, because that 10-second spawn, it is great, but like now, like with that, you can like get guns to the front like ASAP.
This guy's name is Private Bussy Patrol 4. Because Bussy Patrol 1 through 3 were already taken. That's pretty awesome. Okay, now I think these Confederates are a little bit overextending here. Cool, nice little push on the hill there. But now these Union guys are going down this fence line for the first time ever. Almost like they should have been doing this whole flipping game. But it's a bit late now because there's only 7 minutes left, and they're already in last stand. Every kill the Confederates get is permanence. That's how Conquest works. Is that neither side gets with the final push, they both get last stand. Hey, Confederates are saying, fuck it, let's just charge them, they can hit breaking and they won't even care.
I mean, the Confederates definitely have the numbers necessary. They could possibly do it. Sure. The Union might be able to hold it off, but really after, because you can't really reload in a charge. You may get 2 shots off when they're charging you.
I don't know about that. Either way, Confederates are breaking, that doesn't mean jack for them though. The thing that the Union did that was really bad here was that they started shooting. 7 minutes and your last stand, the only thing you can do is charge. I'm sorry, but you start shooting, you take losses that they can't replace, and they take losses that they will replace. Shooting, even if you're killing 4 to 1, it's not good when you're in last stand. So now we can see here that they let it shoot off for like 20 seconds, and now they're in a melee. Both things you don't want to be in unless you're extremely favorable.
Another Confederate unit coming in from the east side.
I'm sure if the Union had known how many Confederates would be over here, they might have tried to go around the rear and try to take a couple guys on B and a couple guys on A, just to bring the Confederates, trying to bring down the last stand. But we can see now that, sure, the Union, yeah, they started off that melee outnumbering them, but these Confederates over here have a couple things called flag bearers information. And you know what, the Union, they can't mess up against that. Looking at the whole map, we can see now that they're huddling on point C for some reason. I don't know why they would do that. I guess they're just trying to have fun.
Now I guess now they're just kind of sitting at C, just to, I guess, hold off, make a last stand, I guess, because, I mean, let's face it, nothing makes a War of Rights commander more thrilled rather than winning a match.
I see.
Having a glorious last stand.
They were bitching about 120 versus 10, but look at this, guys. Even numbers. Even numbers.
Oh,
Let's see.
downvoted?
Oh, I'm sorry. There's like, oh god, I'm down with 6 times. There's like 10 unenlisted players. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it is actually pretty bad. It is
Who was
120
that guy who had
versus
like 11? Oh,
yeah, don't mention that, alright?
alright.
So yeah, the Union were outnumbered to this round, but I gotta say, I was there when Old Second Corps won Hill's counterattack under by 20, and that was like 60 to 80. 120 to
What
the 100. That was
this
winnable.
ring around the rosy stuff that I'm looking at? It just seen people running around.
Mhm. Yeah, look at that.
Are they even attacking each other? It seems they're just walking around. Now I think. Oh,
Confederates have neutralized point C.
I think the Union is just trying to see how long they can survive at this point.
Well, clearly that was about as long as they could survive.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
the
see,
game's
where's-
not over, so there's clearly another Union. There's at least one guy somewhere, right?
Oh, over here, and then the church. Your team is neutralized point B, guys. The Union gonna make a comeback here.
Men.
Union have taken the church. Confederates have captured C. Interesting.
Jesus Christ.
Does it matter that we're outnumbered by 20 men?
Oh my god. Oh, number 20 men.
You're not even out. You're outnumbered by one guy.
Alright, look at that. So now we saw there that the Confederates won. Who would have thought?
As we can also see from this little map here, the Confederates maintained their lines most of the time. Whereas
Yeah.
the Union, as you can see, the Union just tried direct charge. This is Fredericksburg.
Indeed, they didn't do enough flanking as they should have done. Again, flanking is not when you go all the way around them and try to go to the last point. Flanking is when you go on their side to force them away from position. And we can see that these direct charges really did hurt the Union in the end when it came to their tickets. So yeah, look at that, 663 to 585. Oh shit! I should have checked this. Union lost 46.9 tickets to capture points, and almost the tickets from death row was equal. Confederates lost 25 to capture points. So yeah, that's what we saw.
Here we go with our post-game interview. We only covered the first round, not the second round, because we went and covered the 6LA parade for their 50th anniversary. So I'm just going to be asking questions about the first round, and then if you guys want to talk about the second round, feel free to go in that. We also have an audience here. If they have any questions, we'll be bringing that up towards the end. With that being said, on the Confederate team, we have basically I-Corps here. So we have General Cheeto and Majeko, or MJ the KO. I apologize if I butchered that. And then from the Union, we have Doug from 5th NC, Zapstar from 1st Maryland, and Hot Cocoa from the 20th New York. That being said, we'll start with the Confederate game plan. What was your guys' strategy going into the first round, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
You want to go?
Wing it.
Go ahead, Cheeto.
No, I would say we just kind of wing it. We know Sussy likes to stick together. We know there was a slight advantage. Everybody knows you can get there just a little bit faster than Union. So we just figure if we get up there, hold it, and then see where the battle is, and just from there, there was no real set in stone plan. It was just get initial contact and then literally wing it and go from there, see how the battle plays out.
All right. Thank you for that. Union, same question. What was your plan going into the battlefield, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Who wants to take that?
Up to you guys. I don't care.
It's just the same as that. Just haul ass to the middle point, try to take it, but CSA beat us there.
And it turned into a bloody brawl.
Yeah. It appears that farmland seems that CSA always gets to the middle point first. Do you guys think that's just because the CSA is moving quicker, or that map is just CSA's closer spawn?
No, that's every map. Every map is like the devs didn't make the maps like perfectly even. They're gonna like the spawn the point is closer to the CSA spawn, so that's kind of how it rolls.
And one thing I do want to outline is, Sausage Brigade, right? We're usually playing CSA on these maps, and for the first time, I believe it's our first time actually. This is our first time we're playing as the Union on these maps. And usually we're winning victory after victory as the CSA on these maps. And to experience it from the Union perspective, it really changes our perspective. And I don't think I can speak for all of us, but I'm going to anyway. It changes our perspective of these maps, right? They are a bloody challenge as the Union to retake those points. And I'm not at all degrading our opponent's performance tonight at all. Those lads, they performed exemplary. But what I will say is, as a CSA in those maps, seeing what it feels like to be the Union, once the CSA takes hardened positions, it's a damn hard push to get them off it.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed. I think Cheeto and I had the incredible misfortune of playing Farmland as Union for the first time a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago. And if you go in that map, you just only CSA experience, you end up like floundering a little bit for a couple of minutes, like trying to figure out where everything is, how you can best take advantage of different points. And we kind of knew Sussy's kind of likes to ball together and likes to go out and charge. Like they kill one small unit and then they go hit the big unit because they know they outnumber them. So we tried to take positions to counter that specific way of playing, and that combined with just unfamiliarity from the unit perspective probably helped turn it a little bit for us.
Good
You
fights. I mean,
lads.
excellent charges. We love that type of stuff. We like getting down and dirty, but it was fun though. Overall, it was pretty damn fun.
You lads did great. My compliments.
Yeah, you guys did great tonight.
Thank you, fellas. Thank
We tried our best. We tried to oppose you every chance we got. I think we made you pay for every inch of ground you took, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I salute your victory.
Yeah. So, would anyone like to explain how the second round went? Because we covered some of it, but then had to leave in the middle of it. So, would anyone like to explain what happened in the second round, just for people
Yeah, I
to
can.
know? Yeah.
It was pretty simple, honestly. It was so we got to the B point. The map was Waterways, which is like the mills basically, or the prize. So Union got to the B point first. We capped it, and then what we did was we basically swung through the woods with most of our team. Because the Union or the CSA was pretty spaced out. Like they weren't clumped at all. So we picked off like individual regiments and kept on going, and then wiped out almost their entire attacking force, except for a small group that got away into like the western side woods, and then we came back, held the middle point at B, and CSA like in the middle of the fight there, like in like a little bit later, probably like 10 minutes or so, they sent a very large group to go cap C point, and that kind of just fucked us basically. So we sent a lot of guys over there to go take that out and push them off. And then the Union or the CSA came up and then they recap. They took B from us, basically the middle point. So we lost all the objectives, and then we took back C, and then we should have re-attacked B twice, which both failed. And because like, it's so fucking difficult to push across that open field. From that wood line there. But like and they held that, and then we basically got pushed back to C and held that to the end of the game and lost. It was like pretty standard. It was just kind of just like outflanked and got fucked. Is that good?
I
Is
was
that a good explanation for everyone?
Yeah, that works. I was part of that group that went to C. That was Walkers and Six Wisconsin went up to C. And everybody else, AB, I think a little bit of Second Miss that was there. Whoever else we had on our team,
you.
they ended up hitting B.
Yeah.
So we knew that like a large section of your forces went up to wipe us on C, and it was a little bit of a mismatch. Just like we saw how many flags you brought. I think it was like 3. So we just told AB because we're on the same team speak. Yo, B's a little bit light. So we ended up taking B, and once you take B on that map as CSA, like that point is just cancerous. You have like a wagon for cover, and that's it, and then it's just a wide open field. So whoever holds it, you have to do some plays to get it. Thankfully, our plan ended up working. Going back cap, and you overcommitted a little bit of your force, and we got it. So
I do have a question about why was second MS on your team? Because you overbrought by 20.
I have no idea. They joined the server just because they wanted to, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't think they were planned to be an event coord. But
Were
they ended
they
up
in
joining and
the
were like,
Steam chat with
"Oh."
you guys?
I wasn't in the
No.
Steam chat. I don't believe so though.
Oh wait, no. I don't know. So we weren't in the Steam chat. I don't think they even showed up for Discord, did they?
They did not.
Yeah, so I have no idea. I mean, how they got? Well, I guess they got the password from Discord. I think, right?
That's a shame.
I
I
believe
don't
it
know.
was
All I know
supposed to
is that you guys
be.
overbrought by 20.
It was supposed to be like AB and ourselves have the first regiment, and then 6th Wisconsin has the 4th, and then the third line was who was it? 12th, I think, right?
125th.
Yeah,
125th.
125th.
125th. Yeah, of course. 112th, 125th. I just forgot the 5. Anyway, so they were not planned to be there at all. So
Yo, I can talk to this one. So the second Mississippi does this. I've noticed this a couple times now. They just don't come to event court. They then look at the sheet where you post the password and like the server names and stuff, and then they just join a server. Right? They weren't in Steam officer chat. They don't. They just come in and join a server. So posting servers on that sheet, server passwords on that sheet, kind of a problem. But that's all I gotta say. Bye.
That's fair. That's fair. We can definitely change that going forward, I believe.
Murphy's a
And
bad admin. Should have banned him. Where's
you
the
know what?
admin
I'm
at?
not going to say that. But what I will say, gentlemen, is I do believe we can change posting the password itself on that sheet, because tonight's imbalance was, I'm not undermining our opponent's performance tonight. They did exemplary, but tonight's imbalance contributed just a little bit.
A little
to
more than a
that.
little bit. A little more than a little bit.
that's cope. You
Yeah,
have auto balance.
MJ, I complimented your performance. Don't tell me
Call
it's
it cope all you
Okay,
want.
okay.
Call it cope all you want. But 20 men in a melee and a gunfight make all the fucking difference. Tell you what.
That's true. That's true. But remember, because of conquest limitations, we cannot disable auto balance. So at the very most, it will
You can
be
disable
like
all balance. You can do it. They did it. They did it in the. They did it. They always do it in the code files. You like do it in the fucking tilde key. That's
Yeah,
what
I
most regiments do.
disabled auto balance.
And there's
So
no way to re-enable it.
And also for the first map, it was like what, a 10-man advantage? For
Nope,
the
it
second
was
map,
20.
absolutely. Yes,
It
it was
was-
absolutely for the second map.
When we
it
went
was,
to last
It was
stand,
20. It was 20
a
for
good bit of
first.
your lads switched
Yeah.
over to our side.
It was
I
20 for
watched
both
that
maps.
happen.
What?
I watched that happen
10
as
10
they
men.
sat there.
Yeah. When we hit last stand, 10 men came over and just set on the enlisted just to count as numbers for our team to make it look like it was less of an outnumber.
That happened.
That did happen.
That's
we
confirmed.
did get a scoreboard of like 10 people being not in
Yeah.
game, just unlisted in any company.
And they were all from the CSA team. It was 20. It was 20 for first map and it was 15 for second map.
It was most certainly not us, and it was most certainly not in our command chat.
It was
not discussed whatsoever.
was
I'm not
mixed
saying
up.
it's anybody in particular.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just
And
Numbers
also,
contributed tonight.
of course.
And again,
As they always do.
you
but I
lads
do know if
did
you were
very
in
well.
our position, you would say the exact same thing. So
say what?
Well, I personally wouldn't, but
I wouldn't.
I'd agree that numbers contributed like you have.
I think
That's all
a
I would.
5-man difference makes a big impact.
What all I could say tonight, gentlemen, to sum it up from my perspective, is that tonight our opponents were a solid, excellent team, and they performed well. We did our very best against them, and my finest compliments to all involved.
Thank you. Even with the number imbalance, if you look at that second map, that could be a tough nut to crack, especially because Union gets there hella fast compared to CSA. Like, we have to assault that up through the woods or through the wagons. I don't know. That gets pretty damn rough.
the CSA takes a good bit of they lose morale trying to take that B point, but once they hold that B point, they're going to get all that back.
Yeah, if they cap it, right? If they can get to it, because like you saw our first charge. I mean, we tried to think.
Y'all didn't charge though. It was
we went through the right
us charge
on the second map in the very beginning when we crossed the river. Yeah, we went up, we went to the right, and you guys came through the left, yeah, it's charge and charge, I guess.
Well, no, but I wouldn't say it was your charge. I would say it was our charge. 'Cause, I mean, I didn't see
Okay, we're
any
splitting hairs at
CSA
this
coming
point,
up.
aren't
yeah,
I
we?
didn't see any
you
coming.
fucking
I didn't
move.
see it.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. We went to the right. You guys came up behind us. You wiped out those other groups because we're facing those others. That's a hard nut to crack. So we got lucky with that one. Um,
Ultimately, gentlemen, if I can just point out tonight's failure on the Union side, what I will say is that we were not as coordinated as we usually are. Typically, we have solid coordination amongst every unit involved. At least Sausage Brigade does, and the team that we're on. And tonight, I feel like we had some breakdowns, and that led to some confusion in officers' chat. So, if I can, at Eagle, if I can point out one thing, that's
Go
what I
right
point
ahead.
out. Well, that's it. Any comments there, CS or Union?
I agree with that. I think it wasn't like it wasn't throughout the entire game, but it was random little important moments. Like in the second map, our first counter charge at B, and then on the first map it was the CSA sending a couple of guys over to Cap C, which kind of like those two little moments kind of fucked us. Like little shit like that. And it wasn't like the entire time, but I do agree that it happened.
Yeah, little
shit, that's
breakdowns.
gonna happen to all sides. So,
Oh yeah, no,
you
definitely.
you guys sent a small. This was I laughed my ass off. So I saw you guys flank. I think it was a flag and like maybe 5 guys,
that
right?
that was 20. If we had like 10 guys in a flag, yeah.
So I watched six. I think it was six Wisconsin. I can't be 100% sure, but I just look out in the field. I see like 30 dudes chasing 5 dudes, and I'm like, "Where the fuck they going?" And then we're getting charged in A's. Like we need every swinging dick over here, but no, they're off in the woods or in the field chasing 4 or 5 guys. I mean, shit like that's gonna happen.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah,
That's
we
just
had a
I'm just identifying weaknesses.
Did you record us like sprinting for our lives, Eagle? No way you didn't. Oh my god.
Probably. I was
It's
half
okay.
paying attention the first round. I wouldn't know.
we had one of those instances. I think it was you, you annoying little fucks, went around, got fucking Dunkard Church. You
Oh
got
yeah.
Dunkard Church from us from the rear, and Walker's is coming back from spawn, and we say, "Oh, what the fuck!" Like they got the point behind us, so we sent everybody there. And you were to our south. We shot you up a little bit. You went into the woods, and 6 Wisconsin comes marching down the road, or I think one of those Union units, marching down the road to help reinforce us against a tiny little unit of like 5 guys. We're like, oh god, we got to go back. So we ended up like switching positions just in the middle of the map for honestly no reason other than we couldn't get good communication across. So that was it happens on both sides for sure.
Yeah, 20th, pulling off half the CSA team. All I gotta say, dude. All I gotta say.
No, you fucking asshole.
The Sevi
Yep,
begs to
yep,
differ.
yep.
Dude.
What do you mean begs? What did Sevi say? Sevi
I
can suck
remember
my nuts,
Sevi
dude.
commenting about
Dude,
you guys
we
going
literally
off
like
saying, "What is this doing?" I don't know if I
we
am
we,
in the context
we
is
capped
correct.
all three. We capped all 3 points. We got all 3 points because of it.
I don't. There might
And
be
we never got
context, but
wiped.
that's
Never
all I
got
know.
wiped once. Never got wiped once.
Maryland got wiped a few times in those glorious charges that we made against solid enemy strong points. But we did it as part of the team, right?
Hey, I was part of the
the
team.
spear. No,
Just
you
not-
absolutely
not-
are.
not
Gary.
with-
I'm
not
not,
with
I'm
the
not
team.
undermining you at all there. I'm just identifying that I did, in fact, lose 100% of Maryland multiple times in those charges.
Yeah, well, I was pretty surprised. You guys do usually pretty damn good in charges.
Zeal and Fury, good sir.
20.
First map.
20 people. Sorry.
They weren't all there concentrated. If you count one unit off by B or chasing you guys, it is technically a fair fight.
20.
I mean,
Again, I'm not undercutting you lads' performance at all tonight. I love everything you did tonight. In fact, every charge we had against you was a bloody brawl, all around. And I'm not going to further comment on the numbers advantage. But what I will say is you lads did well, and I believe so did we in those engagements.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we always gotta. That's why we try to blob up, counter your blob and the charges. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah.
got
Yeah.
get it shot.
Anyone have any comments before we move on to some questions from the crowd? Doug from McPhail, where is my horsey money?
The bet was never made. I said, yeah, that's it.
McPhail, can I drag you in to hear more context from this? I'm gonna drag you in. If you'd like. Yes, I want to hear context.
I'm
of
here.
this.
Doug, do you want to say it or should I say? I guess
Go ahead,
technically
go
he
ahead.
doesn't owe me money right now because we doubled down, or we did double or nothing now. Basically, the bet was, it was all the way back in like August or whatever, and he was saying that, oh, Campfire Games is so great and they're gonna have horses by Christmas. And I was like, BS, like they've never shown any initiative to do that. And so I bet him $100 that they wouldn't have horses by Christmas. And we don't have horses
Get
yet.
that
and
man his
it's-
Hey,
money.
we
Get that
doubled
man his
down.
money.
Doubled
Get that
down.
man his money.
What's the
And
double down?
we've done double or nothing basically. Where now if they don't have it by this Christmas, he owes me 200, or I owe him nothing if they do have it by Christmas.
My only comment on that is how
you're
overpowered.
gonna lose $200, Doug. I ain't no
Gentlemen,
way.
how overpowered will Delaware be if Hans is added to the game?
No, they'll be
Oh,
worse.
no.
They'll be sitting on a horse the whole game, dude.
And to be clear, it has to be horses are added to like the mainstream game. No beta, no nothing. They're in the mainstream game.
All right, dude. Doug's losing $200. On God, man, that is a stupid bet.
Nah.
You're an idiot, Doug.
To any
You're
Campfire Games admins who are watching,
I would have
this right
paid
now,
100 there.
legit, bring the 400 player servers on of beta. It worked. We played it out. Legit, we need those 400 player servers to make these events fucking proper.
Just so I don't piss off Campfire Games. I'm sorry.
I thought it'd make the events worse, to be honest. But that's just my opinion.
I'm
It
just
depends
gonna-
on what map, yeah. But
I think Conquest is big enough. I really do. But
I
that's
think
just
most
me.
conquest maps are big enough, but some of those.
Oh,
might
some
be-
of them would devolve
waterways,
to like.
bro. Waterways with 200 people each side. That would be. Oh,
Oh
God.
my
That would be
goodness.
terrible.
What I
There's
really want to
a-
see on that map is a fight over those river crossings, like
Yes.
I
full
want-
on army versus
I
army.
wanna
It's gonna
do some-
happen.
I want to do
It's
some
gonna happen.
picking up a troll conquest because those are the ones I actually enjoy since they're really wide open and it's just like not
No, we
some
don't play
stupid
those too
shit.
often. You're right.
On God, we barely play them, dude. Like never. I can tolerate pick up a troll conquest. I hate everything else.
I have
Coco.
I have two questions. First off, from Goondog, how great is Goondog on a scale from 99 to 100?
That's not much of a scale.
That is a very accurate scale.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Goondog is 100 on that scale, though. In my opinion,
I would go
I
ahead and
love
break the
Goondog.
scale. Breaks the scale, man.
He's a good man.
Scale.
Let's
Is
go
there
ahead and go
101?
101.
Yeah,
All
is
in
there
favor of 101.
Yeah.
No,
All
but
in
if you increase the scale, that doesn't mean he's like still he's 100. Like
Oh,
you
he's
gotta
breaking- he's
keep
breaking the
breaking
scale.
the scale. Yeah, he goes over it.
This is turning.
Is
into a
Django
thing.
here
Right.
right now? Is Django here?
He is.
Okay, Django isn't here. Goondog's better. And yeah,
Oh.
Goondog's it's a good, great, excellent. man.
We're gonna
All
clip
right,
that.
good.
Goon should be promoted to general. One of the 20 generals in ICOR. That's my strong belief. He should be promoted to
It
general.
really makes me feel like I should be like more than a captain when I look at
Wait,
that.
how many generals do you guys have actually?
One.
Major generals? There's
No,
two.
generals. Any general.
just
Literally
generals in
general
general.
in the name.
Probably, I think 4, maybe 5.
See, I just feel like that's very top heavy rank structure personally. But
Yeah, well, the reason why we have that is because like a lot of guys work, so we rotate out.
no, I understand. I'm not complaining. I'm just sitting here as like a captain, and I'm like,
Well, you also got to remember like Walkers and Andersons did combine to make I-Corps. So we had our own separate ranks at the time. So you had your generals already in those particular groups. So when we combine, it's like, well, there's no point in checking them out.
yeah.
Just let them have
For
it.
the record, I'm memeing right now. I'm not
Wait.
actually criticizing.
Mhm.
How many?
Oh,
wait,
no,
so
no,
how
you know.
out of like the 70 people you bring, how many are officers?
From Andersons, we probably have, if I remember right, six total officers, like captains and majors and shit like.
No, like I'm talking lieutenants. I'm talking all officers.
It's
Think,
probably.
I genuinely want to know. I want to know.
Wait, you
So
don't.
every person that you were complaining about that you were outnumbered by, yeah, those are all the officers.
No,
Right?
so
20 officers.
You
Yeah,
think
right there.
20 officers out of the 7. Alright,
Yeah.
now, how many NCOs then? How many NCOs?
Fucking throwing down in you.
Oh, we got 50 NCOs.
No, wait. No, at
Yeah, bro.
a
Yeah,
70
we've been
man
around
event.
for so long. We have to
At-
have NCOs.
At a
you know?
70-man event, how many of them are officers and NCOs?
Yeah, 20
50.
officers, 50 NCOs.
At a 70-man ICOR event?
No, hold on. They don't have any privates. Is what he just said.
We got 60 privates.
How? Wait, at a 70-man event. At a 70-man event. Right?
Mhm.
You have 60 privates, 50 NCOs, and 20 officers at a 70-man event?
Yeah.
So if
We
Coco,
rotate
if you
them
would
out.
like
That's-
to, I can direct you towards a certain thing called the company tool, where each of
Oh
us,
my god!
You
each
use
of
that?
us has
Company
happens to
tool.
have various different companies,
You've used
where
that.
each of our ranks is held simultaneously on both our thing and the company tool, which is exactly why our rank structure is the way it is.
Why are they pushing
Wait,
that company
okay,
tool to be live? I'm
okay.
waiting.
How many privates did you bring tonight?
Fuck if I know.
Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, you're asking
5?
me.
Like 5?
No,
I
it was
love
more
you,
than 5.
boys.
It was about
I
like
love you.
40-ish.
All of you.
maybe, You know?
Okay, where are these numbers coming from then? I don't understand.
These are all like. Listen, all right. I couldn't tell you how many privates I run tonight. Okay. You know, actually, I can because I bring a 10th the men that they do, so
You bring
it's a bit
a-
easier for me.
a
So
7 of them, then.
Side note, Scots, I appreciate the commentary and press hall chat.
One first Maryland veteran equals 7 ICOR soldiers.
Thanks, Coco. First
How many wins did I bring tonight? So I brought 100 to 120 is what I brought tonight. 100 to 120.
Hey, maybe if you start promoting your guys to officers, they'd actually come to events.
100
You
to
know, I
120.
thought about that. I have put some thought into that, and I just
It
feel
sounds like a first
a-
Delaware situation. They have all
Oh my!
officers.
Wait, hold on. How bad is First Delaware?
They have all officers. That's all they bring. All they bring is officers. It's just officers, man.
Just like lieutenants and corp. Well,
Well, that's just the people that play the game again. Well, they don't even play the game. I don't think anymore. I think they just like do.
They were there
nothing else.
yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, they fought with us yesterday. They had to actually.
Oh,
switch
they
sides
throw
sometimes.
like 5 people into Sussy on Saturdays or whatever. What's today Sunday? I don't even know.
Today's Sunday. Yeah.
120 to 100. All I gotta say. All I gotta say.
That's an
Icor,
interesting
hang on.
debate, though.
I,
what is that?
Icor, you played fantastic. You guys played really well, but 120 to 100. All I gotta say.
Just let us meme on you a little bit if it's okay.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
I gotta mean back. Though. I gotta mean back.
Oh yeah, it's all good. But
Um,
next thing you'd be like, where's the other, 70 men
You
of
know-
Maryland from back in the day?
You know
That's
what's
what you're
going to
gonna say
happen?
next.
Next weekend, we're going to play. It's going to be the inverse. You know what's going to happen. Because that's usually how
Oh.
it goes.
We'll be
I
up
doubt
by
it.
20.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Up by
Yeah.
20, up by 10, 15. I mean,
Yeah, and you know what I'm gonna say in that moment? I'm gonna say the numbers contributed nothing. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I will play fair. You know me.
yeah. Is there any other comments before we call this off for the night? Because I think some people in the audience want to chat, and we'll get going in that session.
I don't know, well played.
Start the
final-
Zapstar, Doug,
Final
well
2
played.
words. 120 to 100. And I leave.
Yeah, my hand.
20.
hey, final word 20 officers.
120 to 100.
With 20 officers.
Yeah. So yeah. One, with that being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll no longer be coming at any more events because Sussy Brigade lost as the Sussy Line Network. We can't cover any more events since they lost. It's a shame. This is a joke. Also, yeah. Yeah, thank you all for coming out. All the regiments that participated in the event will be in the description below. Everyone that participated in this regimental debrief will also be in the description. And with that being said, Goondog, don't you have something to say?
Cue the music.